Yo, what is up guys? I've gone and done it. I've finally bought myself a dirt bike, or more specifically a dual sport. Without further ado, here she is. What you're looking at is a 2013 Honda CRF250L. In this video, we'll be focusing on the new bike and how I managed to get it home. Let's go. Today is a super exciting day because I am going to pick up a new to me CRF250L. Now that begs the question, how do you bring a bike home if you don't have a trailer? Well, you've got a few options. Firstly, you can go hire a trailer. Secondly, you can get the seller to deliver it to you. And finally, you can ride it home. I will be choosing the latter of these three options. It is currently 5:45 AM. There is a serious road trip vibe to the day, and that only adds to my excitement. Let's get on the road and let's go see if this bike is worth buying. My dad and I hopped in his car and made the journey up to Benalla. With separate stops for fuel and food, this took us around 3.5 hours. This was fairly painless aside from the early start. Alright guys, here we are. A new to me CRF250L. Now this is a 2013 model, meaning it is almost 12 years old now. But the crazy thing is, it's only got 450 kilometers on it. It's had its roadworthy done, it's had a service done recently, it's road registered, it's ready to go, man. So I think I got a pretty good deal on this. That's part of the reason why we're doing a 6.5 hour round trip. I've paid for it. We've just got to drop the paperwork off at Vic Roads, and then she will officially be mine. My own first dirt bike. I'm not looking forward to the first journey on it because it's going to be 3+ hours of freeway on a 250cc with knobby tires, and it's a dirt bike. As mentioned, I've never driven one, so I'm not used to its geometry, its height, but I'm excited guys. This is the start of a brand new chapter at Gutter Ash Rides. After spending some time sorting out insurance, we were finally on the road. Straight up, I was bamboozled by this magnificent machine. This came as no surprise because I had barely sat on a dirt bike, let alone ridden one before. I was really looking forward to how unfamiliar I would be with this bike, and I was not disappointed. The height is the first noticeable difference compared to all the road bikes I've ridden. It's much taller for the ground clearance that's required when riding off-road. The first thing I had to learn to do was scooch off the seat when coming to a stop. I probably should have pulled into a parking lot to practice, but I couldn't be bothered delaying my departure. I'm slowly getting the hang of it now though. The next noticeable difference was the shifter position. It had been adjusted to fit a motocross boot underneath it. The thing is, I'm riding on a street boot, so it felt like I had to use my entire leg instead of my ankle to flick up through the gears. Next up, the knobby tires. I just didn't really have the confidence cornering with these because I haven't ever ridden on them. It wasn't too noticeable though, as all my cornering was done at low speed. They are much noisier than road tires. I could hear them through the wind noise and earplugs, which is pretty crazy. One final thing that I didn't expect was how underpowered it was. My first bike was a 250cc, so I thought it would be similar to that. Wrong. Turns out the 4-cylinder Bandit has like double the power of this bike. And it didn't help that most of this ride was spent on the freeway at 110 kilometers an hour. Moving on to the ride itself. This shit was whack, but I still felt accomplished by the end of it. It was kind of cool for the first hour. The new bike excitement was strong. I was experiencing something completely foreign to me, but that soon wore off. I was running on very little sleep because I'm not accustomed to waking up so early. The temperature had reached 35 degrees, and in my full riding gear, the fatigue and heat slapped me like a ton of bricks. I went through 2 bottles of Powerade and was still feeling super dehydrated by the time I got home. The situation wasn't ideal. A lack of sleep, a super hot day, and a bike that was not designed for 3 hours of straight freeway riding. But despite that, it was very fulfilling and a great way to get familiar with my new purchase. In conclusion, it was a good challenge, and I don't regret it, but if I had a do-over, and I had access to something with a tow bar, I'd hire a trailer. Holy fuck, I am exhausted, and I decided to take the non-toll route to save a couple of bucks. Don't know if that was the right call. Only about 45 minutes to go now. I made a similar journey to go get my Ninja 400 and rode all the way back home. But that's a road bike which can handle the freeway much better. It wasn't anywhere near as hot, and my dad also rode half of the trip home. Safe to say, that was a slightly better experience than this one. But we're here now, and I've got a dual sport to my name. I can't see a spot on the swing arm to install spool sliders like I've done on all my road bikes. If anyone knows how to get these on a paddock stand, please let me know. And if anyone has any tips for adventure gear and mild dirt riding techniques, drop it in the comments. This is all so new to me and I'm keen to get my hands dirty. I'm super excited for this new chapter in my riding journey, and I'm glad to have you guys along for the ride. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will catch you on the next one.
You say you got them guns, but I've never seen you bang. You say you got them drugs, but I've never seen you slang.